everyone, welcome back to Mama in the Kitchen. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make Kunafa, which is a popular Middle Eastern dessert. So I'm going to start off by showing you the ingredients. First, you're going to need 16 ounces of shredded dough, half a cup of pistachios, 2 teaspoons of Kunafa coloring. You're also going to need 30 ounces of fresco cheese. I got this at Sam's Club, but you can purchase it at any local grocery store. You're also going to need 3 cups of mozzarella cheese, 2 cups of semna, or they also call it ghee or clarified butter. You also need 4 cups of sugar for the syrup, a slice of lemon, and some water. And now we're going to go ahead and get started. First thing we're going to be doing is cutting the fresco cheese, and then we're going to be soaking it in cold water. Cutting the cheese, we're just going to go ahead and soak it in cold water for 15 minutes, and then we're going to dump the water out, and then we're going to soak it again for another 15 minutes and repeat this step 3 to 4 times until the cheese is not salty at all anymore. Or you can soak it overnight if you are preparing ahead of time. While the fresco cheese is soaking, we're going to go ahead and rinse out the mozzarella cheese with cold water, and then we're going to drain it. After rinsing out the mozzarella cheese, we're just going to go ahead and drain it. While the fresco cheese is still soaking, I'm going to go ahead and make the syrup that's going to go on the Knafeh, because you want the syrup to be cold once you pour it on the Knafeh. So I have 4 cups of sugar and 3 cups of water in here, and you're going to bring that to a boil, and you're just going to squeeze 1 slice of lemon in there and just place the slice of lemon inside, and you're just going to bring it to a boil on high heat. So while the sugar and water are boiling and the cheese is still soaking, we're going to go ahead and cut the dough. So first you're going to cut it into pieces like this, and then you're going to shred it into smaller pieces. Okay, so the sugar and water have been boiling together for 15 minutes, and this is what it looks like. And now I'm just going to go ahead and set it aside to cool down. Finish shredding the dough, and this is the size you want it to be. Cheese is done soaking. We soaked it 4 times for 15 minutes each time. So you just want to taste a little piece and make sure it's not salty. And then you're just going to drain it, and then we're going to crumble it and make it into smaller pieces. While we're draining the cheese, we're going to go ahead and get the tray ready. We're going to add half a cup of the semna or ghee onto the tray. And then we're going to add 1 teaspoon of the Kunafa coloring on it. And we're just going to mix it in together and spread it all over the tray evenly. This is what it looks like after spreading the ghee or the semna, and you want to just make sure you get the sides so the Knafeh doesn't get stuck on there. Okay, so after spreading the ghee or semna onto the tray, you're just going to go ahead and melt the rest of the ghee, which is 1.5 cups. And you don't want it to be hot, you just want it to be room temperature. And then we're going to add it to the shredded dough and mix it in very well. This is what the dough will look like after adding the semna. And now we're going to go ahead and split it into 4 parts, and we're going to put one of the parts aside. Okay, so we put one of the dough parts aside, and now we're going to add half a teaspoon of the Kunafa coloring onto the rest of the 3 parts, and you're just going to mix it in very well. After adding the Kunafa coloring to the 3 parts of dough, you're just going to go ahead and spread it onto your tray. This is what the dough will look like after adding it to your tray. And now we're just going to go ahead and press down on it very firmly, and you're going to do that to all the dough. Now we're just going to go ahead and squeeze out any leftover water from the fresco cheese and just place it in a bowl. Now we're going to go ahead and add the 3 cups of mozzarella cheese to the fresco cheese, and we're going to mix it in all together. After mixing the cheese together, you're going to start placing it on the dough. You want to start from the middle and then spread it out evenly. You just don't want to get too close to the edges so the cheese doesn't get stuck onto the tray. After evenly spreading the cheese, you're just going to go ahead and press it in. After pressing in the cheese, you're just going to go ahead and add that last part of dough that we set aside, and you're just going to spread it out evenly. So this is what the Kunafa looks like. I have my oven preheated at 350. Now I'm going to place it in the oven for 25 minutes on 350. This is what the Knafeh will look like after baking on 350 for 25 minutes. So now we're just using a knife to make sure that the cheese is not stuck to the tray, so when we flip it over, it doesn't get stuck. We went ahead and placed a tray on top of the tray that the Knafeh is in. This one's the same size. You can use one that's a little bit bigger, and we're just going to go ahead and flip it. After flipping it, we're just going to go ahead and add the syrup on top of the Kunafa. After adding the syrup, we're going to go ahead and add the pistachios. Now we've crushed our pistachios, and we're just going to spread it all over. Now the Kunafa is ready to serve, and we're just going to go ahead and plate it. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.